your brain doesn't automatically crave what is healthy or even what feels good. It craves what's familiar.
Yep, the path of least resistance. That's what your nervous system is like, oh, this is
That's
familiar. And actually this untoxic thing is very unfamiliar, and which I don't know that feeling yet. And I'm really excited to like have it where I'm like, oh, this is unfamiliar and it's uncomfortable, but it's actually real this time. Holy shit.
It feels fucking crazy. It does feel crazy, and it feels like you are crazy. I felt almost a little bit pathetic when it was happening to me, because I was like, oh, I'm not this girl. No.
Oh my God. But we all have nervous systems, you know?
Not me.
That's really funny. That's like actually one of the funniest things I've ever said.
Hot girl psychology. Hot girl psychology. Hot girl psychology.
Welcome to Hot Girl Psychology. We're a girls' girl podcast where attractiveness meets attachment wounds.
Here at Hot Girl Psychology, we believe that the darkest parts of your mind are the sexiest.
I'm Emily. I'm a startup founder and CEO, and I put the psycho in psychonutritionist.
And I'm Deanna. I'm a clinical psychotherapist, published dark romance author, and recovering people pleaser. I treat complex trauma by day, and I live it by night. What's up, girlies? Our topic for today is fuckboys. And toxic relationship cycles.
Yes. Oh my God. So for those of you who don't know, a fuckboy is what, Deanna?
A fuckboy can be so many different things. The biggest thing that comes to my mind is emotional immaturity.
Yeah.
Emotional immaturity and entitlement.
Yeah.
Thinking that he's more important than you are.
Yeah.
And that anybody else is.
Yeah.
And thinking that like everybody owes him something.
Yeah.
And so that can take on many different shapes. And something that I've noticed is that it can be so different across the generations.
Yeah.
I do think that, so Emily and I are both millennials.
Yes.
So lots of different fuckboys. It's cultural too, because I'm an Italian from New Jersey. So we have Jersey Italian fuckboys, which is the machismo fuckboy.
Yeah.
And so that's a whole different beast. But I feel like something that we're used to as millennials, we'll get a lot of mama's boys.
Yeah.
You know, that can't really do anything for themselves, and they're looking for you to do it all. They want the world, and they'll give nothing in return.
Yeah.
Or they'll give basically nothing in return. Or they're dudes that act like they're so into you. They'll go so hard, they'll love bomb you, and then the second that you're interested in them, they'll pull back.
Oh.
And all of a sudden they just want to be friends, or even worse, they'll ghost you.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, for sure. Like they want it, and then all of a sudden once you want it, they don't want it anymore.
Yes. And then you said they'll ghost you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes, and ghost you. But on the contrast of that, I actually think this is such a hot take. This is from talking to my mom and her friends about their dating lives, like back in, Palm Beach and stuff like that. But the Gen X fuckboy is like the worst kind of fuckboy, because they are, usually they've got some money because it was easy to make money back then. They're not living the world that we are now. They own a house, they own a car, they have all the things. Usually they did like traditional things like get married young, have kids, all of that. But they are such fuckboys. They are so entitled.
Yeah.
So entitled. And they'll either be dating somebody age appropriate and just want everything from them and kind of give nothing in return, or they want somebody like our age or younger.
Yeah. Who doesn't know any better, who doesn't have the same experience level, who will just kind of do,
who will allow that to happen. Yeah. So these are guys in like, what are they, in their 50s and 60s now? Gen X. I feel like it is so like trans cultural. It is so,
it's like mythological almost.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
It's almost
what do you think of when you think of a fuckboy?
I think of like somebody who's a player and like just also is really fucking toxic.
Yeah.
Like very toxic. And they're the fun kind of toxic, but like it's also the heartbreaking kind of toxic at the same time. So like they are a thrill and like a miserable stab in the heart at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah. They swing you from side to side.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. That's how you get addicted to a fuck boy.
Yeah, because I mean, they're literally like a male form of addiction, or I guess, masculine form of addiction.
100%.
Addictive substance. Yeah.
Well, what does fun toxic look like?
Like your party friend, honestly. Okay. Kind of, yeah, a little bit of like your party friend, but then also like your, like, this person drives you fucking crazy, and it's like a sore tooth that you just keep like running your tongue around over and over and over again, and you can't stop, kind of thing. Like, it hurts so good, kind of thing.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, it's a fun toxic is like, smoking a cigarette is one of the things that people find fun toxic, right? Because it's toxic to your body, but it's stimulating to your brain. And that's the same kind of idea with this. It's that compulsion that's stimulating to your brain. And, it just makes you feel alive. So usually it has like a power component, or like a control element or something to it.
That definitely tracks. So I really like Bravo and reality shows. And it's so funny because the like fun toxic that you're describing, I love those people on TV. And I always talk about, and I can love those people as clients too, to be honest.
Oh my God, I was that client. I was that, fuck. I was like obsessed with toxic relationships for so long. It was terrible. But like, it was so much fun at the same time, but it was terrible.
I feel like it's fun. It's fun and it's cute for a time. It's in your 20s, maybe.
I don't know. Like, there's also like this like angsty like teenager, like in your late 20s, early 30s kind of thing. That's just like, oh my God, like, what's the purpose of life?
Of course. Well, we go through those psychosocial crises.
Yes. The third life crisis.
Yes. 100%. So it makes sense that those things can come back, and also
absolutely.
And people can go for fuck boys in their 40s and 50s. Again, fuck boys defy age.
They do. No,
it really do.
It's literally it's an archetype. It's a mythic.
Yeah. It's the hot boy archetypes is the fuck boy.
Yeah. It's like a spiritual component of the fuckboy archetype.
Yes 100%. I'm curious, how have fuckboys shown up in your life?
Oh my God, in toxic relationships. Yeah, it's just like I historically I have been a serial monogamist, and so fuckboys show up a little bit differently in long-term relationships than they do in like, let me jerk you around for that situationship thing that still somehow extends to 2 years, but it's definitely a situationship.
Yes.
That kind of thing.
And then the guy that's just hitting on you at the bar. Okay, I like this. So it's 3 different types of fuckboys. The kind that's hitting on you at the bar.
Yes.
The kind that is jerking you around in the situationship, and then the kind you're in a long-term relationship with.
Yeah.
That's the most dangerous one.
No, it totally is, because that's how you like, those are the most intense ones, because
that's how you end up with PTSD.
That's how you end up with someone trying to kill you, because you're like, oh, like, he's willing to show me a side of him that he won't show anyone.
Yes. You're like, I'm so special. Yes.
Oh no, that's so special.
Yes. Yes.
No, 1,000%. 1,000%. So yeah, the long-term relationship ones are the ones that I've been the most experienced with. I think I've had like a couple situationship fuckboys, but like I was like, I know this is a situationship, and that's what I'm interested in it as well. And fine, whatever, you can tell me you love me, and like, I know you don't, and you're just saying that, and okay, love you too, like, whatever. But like, that's like, it's one-to-one. It's a neutral toxic.
Yeah.
That's what I guess I should call it. But like the long-term relationships, the really toxic ones, oh my God. So like just excuses, just like endless excuses for everything, for motherfucking everything. I'm like, are you not the weakest person I've ever met in my entire life? Holy shit. Like, it's wild. Is that mean? Should I not say that?
I think it's perfect. I think it's spot on.
That's good. So yeah, I feel like for me, it's just been a lot of like I'm going to be taking care of this motherfucker for the rest of my fucking life, and I don't enjoy it, and I'm not doing this to myself. No way.
Yeah.
Like, I'll exit gracefully, bye, and then it's never graceful because used to have BPD kind of thing. So
yeah. These men out here.
They bring out the worst in me.
I have so many feelings. I'm trying to be like a professional. But
no, literally.
I can't.
Yeah, it's hard. It's tough.
These dudes kind of fucking suck.
I feel like I just like just in long-term relationships, yeah, they kind of do. I don't know, but again, I don't really know much, but like well, I guess dudes hit on me in the bar like a lot, and I just kind of like look.
I meet them all the time.
I look at them like I'm their mother, and I'm like, she would be ashamed of you, and I would just walk away.
Oh my gosh, that actually happened to me. I was walking on the campus of a college near me, and because it's just beautiful, and so I was just walking through it on a walk.
Yeah.
And these college dudes hit on me, and I was like, bro, I could be your fucking professor. I'm qualified to be.
Low key, they would think that's even hotter.
I know, which is fucked up. I didn't actually say that. I was just like, oh, but yeah, it's wild. So fuckboys in bars, I feel like is a huge thing that I thought I would stop dealing with one day, and I have not.
Yeah.
And they just got older.
Oh my God.
Or they're still young, and then they're just, now hitting on me, the older woman in the bar.
Oh my God. Yes, I can feel like when the boys are young and they know that I'm not, and I'm like, oh,
they like it.
Yeah,
they like
a little bit of the mommy type. And
I'm
like, okay, just make me proud.
Yeah.
Like, don't fucking annoy me.
Again, like if you were to tell me that you were dating like, I don't know, like because I don't love an age gap, you know that.
Yeah.
But if you were to tell me that you were dating like a 28-year-old,
yeah,
I'd be like, oh, okay.
Like, yeah, that makes sense.
But if you told me that you were dating a 50-year-old, I'd be like, he's definitely a fuckboy. Again, because that generation of fuckboy, I think, is so much worse than any other generation of fuckboy that's ever been.
Totally, they are.
I've heard the worst fucking stories.
No, they are. They're
from these women.
I was trying to date for the very first time in my life. Like, everybody heard the episode where I talked about my dating profile and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And since then, I'm like, no, I think I'm not going to do this age gap thing. I'm not down for this anymore. Because that was a good point. And I was like,
it matters.
That's a good point. That's a really good point.
It matters.
So I, did a little soul searching, and I was like, yep, that's right for me. And now I'm like, wow, well, I wonder. I mean, like, a younger guy who like makes me feel like I'm not pulling my fucking hair out. That's who just like,
who treats you like a queen instead of mommy.
Oh my God, literally.
And anybody can do that. But I'm convinced that right now, anybody over the age of 50 cannot.
I don't think so.
It's just a generational thing.
Yeah, no, I think that they are unfortunately out of the running. So.
Yeah, they're done.
Yeah,
they're just
I did have to disqualify them, so I don't think that their seed will carry on.
Yes,
at least not with me.
Yes. Okay. All right. Well, good. That's good.
They'll weed themselves out of the gene pool one way or another.
They will. Yes. That's what we need.
Evolution will do its job. It's okay.
Yeah, it always does.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. When it comes to fuckboys, what is the most shameless fuckboy thing you've ever seen somebody do?
Oh God, I need to go through like my arsenal, and there's so many. This could be a specific archetype of fuckboy.
Yeah.
But I saw this recently.
Yeah.
There is a type of fuckboy that really likes a woman that is taken.
Like in a relationship.
Mm-hmm. And it turns them on, especially in front of their partner. And they try really, really hard to go for that.
Wow.
Yeah. There's been quite a few fuckboys that have done that to me in front of Jake.
Wow.
And seen what they can get away with.
I've had that happen a lot. Like, yeah, I've had that happen a lot. I can't stand that shit. It's so annoying.
And like in such an obvious way.
Yeah.
And in a way, and and me being like, be polite. And then at some point,
I don't do it polite anymore. I don't do it anymore.
I don't anymore either.
Oh, I can't do it.
I got to a point where I couldn't do that anymore. And also I got to a point where I'm like, I'm playing a part in this if I'm being polite.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You're enabling it if you're just being polite.
Yeah. I just can't like suppress the like, I want to just tell them to like, I want to say something unkind to them.
Yeah.
So I just tell them, leave me alone. It's better if you leave me alone.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's safer for both of us if you leave me alone.
Yeah.
And most actually listen, which is cool.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. People don't listen when I try to say things like that. I don't know if it's the soft feminine energy in me, but apparently I'm very approachable, which really fucking sucks because I feel like I don't feel approachable.
Really?
No, I'm not, because I don't want to be approached by strangers. I really don't.
Maybe you look kind.
I don't.
maybe you look nice.
I don't think that I look kind or nice. I don't think that objectively I look kind or nice. So I don't know what the fuck it is. But people can like smell it. They're just like, oh, she's empathetic. Let me talk to her. She won't be mean to me, you know? And and I wish that wasn't the case. Because I do have resting bitch face and stuff like that. So I'm like, why isn't that enough?
Yeah.
Why is that not protecting me?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. I just kind of like, honestly, I'll get a little like psychopathic with people and I'll just like say some crazy shit to like scare them. Stuff I won't repeat on this podcast because this is permanent, but there's they really don't want to fuck with a bitch who's crazier than them. And like that's just like I just lean into that because like they're trying to see if they can get you to react, but 100%. They don't want you to react like that, and I love watching them back down, and then that's just like a power thing for me.
And squirm.
I like watching them fucking squirm.
No, that can be fun. Yeah,
but I also like want them to fuck the fuck off. Like I just don't fuck with me. I'll stop you, literally.
Yeah. I used to fuck around a lot with like unwanted male attention.
Yeah.
Meaning like I kind of liked having the validation, but I certainly wasn't interested in the guy.
Yeah.
But I like to fuck with them a little bit.
Yeah.
You know? And that's not something that I do at all anymore because I'm just too old.
Yeah.
And it's such a waste of time, and it's not fun anymore. And I don't think it was fun back then. I think I just like thought that I needed it for, I don't know, extra validation, whatever it was.
Yeah.
If you're still in that phase, we feel you.
We feel you.
Know,
we feel you.
You know, do your thing. When it stops being fun, just stop doing it.
Yes.
You know, but really like listen to yourself when it stops being fun.
Yeah.
You know, because you can also, once unwanted attention goes too far, and it's not your fault if it goes too far.
Yeah.
But it can get really fucking ugly.
Yeah.
And really bad.
Yeah. No, like some men just don't know when to stop, and when you're not good at telling them when, like when you're not good at like really being hardcore about when to stop, if you don't know how to be fully assertive, like it just becomes scary. You know, like you actually have to learn how to be like, all right, bro, like I'm gonna say some crazy shit to you to make you leave me alone, you know? And like I feel like I don't know. Yes, men are scary, but like again, if you're scarier than they are, if you choose to like just channel that in the moment, like most of them will fuck off.
Yeah.
You know? So just PSA to any girlies out there who are like, I have no idea what the fuck to do. Please give that a shot.
Yes. Yeah. Absolutely. Totally agree. What do you think are some common red flags of a fuck boy?
Slams a cabinet when he's angry.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's so interesting.
Yeah. That's like slams a cabinet when he's angry, withdraws when he's upset, like won't answer your texts, but like does like social media games and shit, like, you know, that shit. He pretends like he can't understand what you're asking for, or he does like a half-hearted attempt of getting things done the way he's supposed to, or like you know, just like he says he's going to do something, doesn't follow through with it. Like I literally have such a long list there. Never ending. But like that's the vibe.
Yeah, absolutely. Those are such good observations. Yeah.
I'm just like going through all my relationships that I was in. And I'm like, what didn't work about this one? What didn't work about that one? Oh shit, I've only ever dated fuckboys. I didn't know that until this episode.
Until just now.
Until literally just now. Like, wow, even my sweet ex-husband was a fuckboy. Oh no. Yeah, he had the like mama's boy shit.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think that it's a hard thing to, I don't want to speak for you or all women, but I'm going to. I think that when you've been in relationships that are really abusive, everything else other than that seems fine.
Totally.
But that doesn't mean that they were.
Yeah.
A relationship can be toxic without being abusive.
Yeah. Like codependency.
Codependency can be toxic. There's so many different things. Jealousy, there are just so many different things that can be toxic that aren't necessarily abusive, that aren't necessarily incredibly unsafe, like get a restraining order type of situation.
Man, I don't know that shit. I don't know that one. What the fuck, dude? Oh no.
Well,
I'm about to learn something today.
What is your experience with toxic relationships?
I thought it was like amazing that my husband didn't yell at me.
Okay.
Yeah, my ex-husband didn't yell at me.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought that meant we had a great relationship because he didn't yell at me. And like that's like, because all I knew was men fucking yelling at, like losing their fucking minds. And then he has been the only partner I've ever had who didn't yell at me, actually. Yeah. So everyone else has.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, oh, well, they're all toxic because they yell at me.
Yeah.
Even that. There's just so much.
Yeah.
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 That hit hard. I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
I didn't think about that because I grew up with a very, very, very yelling father.
Yeah.
And yeah, I remember being like, oh, he's perfect just because he doesn't yell at me.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. And I feel like I haven't, that's the only partner I've ever had who didn't yell at me. I haven't ever made that connection until now.
So not yelling, that's a good thing for the most part. I believe that. Everybody is different. I don't yell. I won't accept my partner yelling at me. When I have a kid, I will never yell at him. I told you I'm having a boy. We'll see. But I don't do yelling.
Yeah.
And my sister is the same for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
But somebody not yelling at you doesn't mean that your relationship is super healthy. You know what I mean? And I think that we can mistake that for thinking that something is amazing and healthy just because you went from one toxic, horrible situation to something that seems like a little bit better. And you're like, this is amazing.
No, seriously, that's exactly what it was like. Yeah. It was just like learning like, oh, wow, this is amazing. But then, like it's really interesting because there's not, when you grow up like with the primary parent that you have who matches the gender that you're attracted to, like being a fuckboy, then your whole entire life gets informed through the lens of men are supposed to be fuckboys. But like
that's so true.
It's really interesting. Like the fuckboy addiction is so real. And I really think I just like was born into that. Like I was born addicted to the fuckboy.
Yeah. 100%. Yeah, I mean, that's 100% real. Your brain doesn't automatically crave what is healthy or even what feels good. It craves what's familiar.
Yep, the path of least resistance. That's what your nervous system is like, oh, this is familiar. And actually this untoxic thing is very unfamiliar, and which I don't know that feeling yet. And I'm really excited to like have it where I'm like, oh, this is unfamiliar and it's uncomfortable, but it's actually real this time. Holy shit. Because people talk all the time about how when you finally like get into something healthy, you are like uncomfortable because your nervous system is trying to go back to what it knows.
Yes.
And so it pulls you backward. And I have not yet had that experience in a relationship where I'm like, oh, this is healthy. And now I feel like I'm being pulled backward. So someday, whenever I do end up deciding to reconsider relationships, that's going to be, I'm excited to experience that.
Yeah. It feels fucking crazy. It does feel crazy, and it feels like you are crazy. I felt almost a little bit pathetic when it was happening to me because I was like, oh, I'm not this girl. No.
Oh my God. But we all have nervous systems, you know?
Not me.
Okay.
Not in my mind, not me back then. And
that's really funny. That's like actually one of the funniest things you've ever said. Not me.
I'm better than that. But I really thought that back when I met Jake, I was also a very young therapist, a very young like CBT DBT therapist that was like, there's a fix for everything.
Ooh.
You know?
Ooh.
And I was like, this can't be good. And I was like, the way that I felt around him felt so amazing that I was like, ugh. I was like, I can't do this. And even my friend that I had met him with was like, what is wrong with you?
Oh my God, you were avoidant.
So avoidant.
Wait, were you a fuck girl?
I was a fuck girl. Oh my gosh. I was
100%.
I was 100% a fuck girl, like for so long. And I also, I know a lot of fuck boys. I dated a lot of fuck boys, but I was a fuck girl, and I was even more of in some of my relationships, I do think that I was even more of like the bigger fuck girl than the fuck boy was. And I think I was like even maybe more of the toxic one in an avoidant way.
Yeah.
It was more of like not doing than doing.
Yeah.
But I had such like in the past, such a need for escape from my emotions, and then also like simultaneously a need for validation.
Yeah.
But I was a musical theater kid.
Yeah.
All I have is big feelings. But I was also like, I will never fucking tell you them because I grew up in a terrible environment where we weren't allowed to have any feelings.
Yeah.
So you have to know them. And even if you do know them, I will still not admit to them.
Yeah.
And I will still do fucking anything to not give you love and to not let you love me.
Yeah.
And that's what avoidance do, you know? But then there was like this tiny part of me that like really still wanted the validation. And I feel like that came out in the very like manipulative parts and it came out in like emotional affairs in ways that I could explain away. Cause I was like, oh, if we're not touching, then it doesn't matter. If we don't have sex, then it's not an affair. You know, or which is so fucked up and not true. Honestly, I feel like an emotional affair can be even worse than a sexual affair.
Yeah.
Like, and there's nothing worse than like sleeping next to somebody and texting somebody else, I love you. I did that shit.
I did that shit. I definitely did that when I was like 18 or 19.
Yeah. This is like around the same time that I'm talking about. Well, no, it persisted a little bit. Past that point, but like things like that, and purposely like pushing someone away just to see what they would do. You know, stuff like that. Very, very avoidant, and then like a little bit of the disorganized would come in, but mainly avoidant, and like just never giving somebody love that they gave me. You know, and that wasn't, those were a few of my relationships, because I had one really, really, really fucking bad one and a really abusive one where I was just made to feel like garbage for like, I can't even tell you the number of years because that would give away who it was, but it was a lot of fucking years of my adolescence. So I feel like I went to like the other side of the spectrum of like, I'm going to be the fuck girl now. And I was like, these dudes deserve it. And also like watching like cheating all the time, growing up being told that cheating was okay, literally verbally told. So I've definitely been the fuck girl a lot of times.
Yeah.
And dudes love the fuck girl the same way that girlies love the fuck boy.
God, they do. They get addicted to that shit. And I feel like the disorganized attachment, like that's historically been mine, where it's just like, oh my God, like what is up and what is down.
Yeah. Have you been the fuck girl?
Oh, I've been toxic for sure.
Yeah.
I've definitely been toxic. And there were times where like how toxic I was like made me uncomfortable. And, you know, like I've always like, I have this thing where I compulsively, like, if I upset somebody, I want to figure out how to change my behavior, because I refuse to accept excuses for poor behavior from myself. And I mean that in a way that's like, I know that there's a pathway for healing if I have some poor behavior, whether that be like leaving the situation or leaving the, you know, conversation or like whatever. So I do try at this phase of my life to be very much not fuck girlish, but historically pretty toxic. Just like just unable to regulate my emotions.
Yes,
that's been the primary thing. It's like my dysregulated emotions have been the fuck girl element that I have. And then like
so that's your flavor, fuck girl.
Yeah, my flavor is dysregulation. My flavor is dysregulation, and like with very specific people, it has been like oh my God, how do you describe it? Like the most fiery toxicity, like just the fun, the aliveness that I was talking about earlier, like you know, the crazy psycho aliveness shit. And everybody has their own flavor of it. Everyone has their own flavor of psycho.
100%.
And I like all the flavors.
You like all the flavors?
No, I fucking hate them.
You did?
Fucking hate them. Yeah, no, I did. I did. Jesus fucking Christ, I really did.
Have you ever had someone that's the same flavor as yours?
That's how I almost died.
Okay.
Yeah, like it was literally like, it felt like a stalemate until he pulled that move, and I was like, nope, I'm out. Too far. Too far. Can't go that far.
Yeah.
Yeah, I felt like I fucking, like it felt like a checkmate. I was like, oh my God, I can finally get away.
Yeah.
You know, and that's like where I'm like, okay, like
how was it the same flavor? Like what did that look like? What did you guys have in common? Okay.
Yeah, escalation. We both wanted to be like the right one. To a persistent degree. Mine being kind of like emotionally persistent, his being physically persistent. Yeah. Just an escalation style, like anxious attachment. I had really bad anxious attachment. And it like would make me like be freaked out that he was going to leave me because I had BPD, anxious attachment, fear of abandonment. Like it was just fucking awful.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and he apparently was diagnosed NPD at one point in a previous provider. So it was like literally like a fucking
perfect storm.
Literally light the match and set the place on fucking fire.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just psycho shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I learned I learned that psycho shit that is uncontrolled is not my flavor of what I like.
Yeah.
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 I like the sovereign psycho.
Okay.
Yeah. You know, just somebody who's not like, somebody who's like, you know, I could just become a marathon runner or something like that instead of this toxic shit.
Yeah.
I'm like,
yeah.
Like I like that.
Why do you think our girlies keep getting into toxic relationships?
Well, if they're like me, it's intoxicating at first because, you know, like toxic, it intoxicates you. And that shit
tracks.
You know, it tracks. If A, then B. It is what it is. And that is definitely like for all of us who have that emptiness inside, that intoxication really makes that emptiness a lot quieter. But then it leaves you like devastatingly empty and never full. And that is a major contributing factor.
Yeah.
To why our girlies. What do you think though?
Yeah, I completely agree. I do think that our nervous systems, they like what's familiar.
They do.
You know, and not only, okay, I see this in two I see this in two different ways. One is like the meaning making part of me. Yeah. That is like, if you watch such toxic behavior growing up. Yeah. So, or experience toxic behavior growing up. So that could be like your parents are in a really toxic relationship, or caretakers, or like a sibling is in a really toxic relationship, or you're in a really toxic relationship in your teen years or early adult years. That is going to be so normalized to you that anything that you see after that is going to look normal, if not better. Yeah, you know, because you're like, oh, well, that's not that, because this was normal. So in like a more existential way, like in a meaning making way, that's how I see it. And your nervous system is not necessarily looking for something that feels good. It's looking for something that feels like home. And it's going to find that. And a lot of times it's going to find that in the toxic patterns. Like your nervous system very much is not looking at like what's good for me. It's looking at like, do I recognize you? Do I know you? And if the answer is yes, then the nervous system is going to relax into it. It's going to trust it, and it's going to choose it.
I love that.
You know, and a lot of this is like polyvagal stuff. But that is the reason why like chaos can look like chemistry, and inconsistency can look like passion. You know? Absolutely. Especially if that's what you saw growing up. And it's also, I feel like a lot, I see this a lot, but people feel like being chosen by somebody that is toxic feels like winning a competition that they've been like, or like winning a marathon that they've been running their entire lives.
Yeah.
You know?
Absolutely.
Because that is what they grew up seeing.
Absolutely.
The healing happens when you break that pattern of your nervous system being comforted by toxicity.
Yeah.
I think sometimes, no, not sometimes, all the time, asking, is this good for me?
Yeah.
Regardless of what any single part is telling you.
Yeah.
Is this good for, because your body can, like, the vulva can tell you a lot of different things.
Oh my God.
As specifics and not say the vagina because it's the vulva, because that's the whole thing. It can tell you a lot of different things that are not good for you.
Yeah.
You know? So
it can also specifically tell you when something that you're doing is not good for you.
Yeah, 100%.
You know,
100%.
Multiple different directions.
But you should always be asking yourself, is this good for me? Ask all the parts. Is this good for me? You know?
Absolutely.
Because a lot of times we're just going based on some sort of urge.
Yeah.
Some sort of urge, and again, some sort of familiarity.
Yeah.
Some sort of comfort.
Yeah.
You
Absolutely.
know? And so that pattern should be broken. And I do think that our goal in life shouldn't be to find what feels like home.
Yeah.
It should be to become a person who prioritizes a home that is actually safe.
To become home themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
And to feel at home in yourself versus trying to find it in other people, other places.
Yes.
And you won't want to, you won't. Wherever you go, there you are.
Wherever you go, there you are.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that. That's so true. That's so real.
Yeah. I want to talk a little bit about why toxic relationships are so addictive.
Oh,
because clearly they are.
They are.
We know better than anybody.
Yes. The biggest thing that I know is that we become addicted to them because of intermittent reinforcement.
Yeah.
So basically the cycle is that there's a like the narcissistic abuse cycle kind of is also that intermittent reinforcement. So it's like there's, you know, like a love bombing period or just like a chill period that's like good and, you know, whatever.
Hot and cold.
Yeah, tension will rise, an incident will happen, and then there'll be like a reconciliation period. Or for people like the narcissistic abuse cycle, it's like love bombing, like devaluing, and then like discard or something like that. I don't remember. But yeah.
To me, intermittent reinforcement is inconsistency.
Yeah.
And it is so addictive for that reason.
Yeah, because you never know when the reward is coming. And so you're like, give me more. It's like fucking gambling.
It fucks with your reward system.
It's gambling.
Which is your like dopamine cycle.
Yeah.
It fucks with that reward system. So it's always intense affection, then withdrawal.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And your brain will be trained to start chasing the good parts.
Yeah.
It's a lot of distress than relief.
Yeah.
So something that I've heard from a lot of people that are, you know, currently in toxic relationship cycles is that it's not even that there's like super high highs and super low lows. It's just that it's okay.
Yeah.
And then really, really low.
Yes, that is exactly what it is.
But it's like enough.
Yeah, it's enough. Well, yeah, because like you become a fucking fiend. You're fiending for it the next hit.
Yes.
Like it's literally like a fucking addiction.
It is 100% an addiction. Yeah. And it literally becomes a hit like a drug.
It does, because your nervous system, there's no greater drug than your attachment system. There's no greater drug. There's no greater drug than something that feels like love.
Yes. Well, I mean, literally in the brain, it's like when the lows are low, when someone's making you feel bad, making you feel like garbage, and that can look very different depending on the person.
Yeah.
But that increases cortisol levels, which is anxiety, distress.
Yeah.
And then once things are good, things are fine, things are settled, however that looks, it's all of the dopamine and oxytocin.
Yes.
So literally that is the same exact thing that happens with drugs.
Yes.
Or alcohol or anything, any type of vice.
Yes.
In IFS, we call them firefighters, but it's neither here nor there. But it is what you need for your brain. So it literally becomes a need the way that drugs become a need.
Yeah.
And I've always said this about drugs, that drugs are just a way to regulate an already dysregulated nervous system.
Yeah.
Toxic relationships are kind of the same.
They are 1000% the same.
And then they do the opposite, the same way that drugs do the opposite.
Yes. Yes, absolutely. Yes. So I feel like it's just that addiction feeling. Like it's just compulsive. It's very much like it's familiar, it's comfortable, it's known, it's like the up and the down, it's what I grew up with, it's what I know, it's that, that kind of idea, that kind of thought feeling. That seems to be the primary like kicker.
Yeah.
A lot of people.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's that reward system too.
1000%.
When you have something and then don't have it anymore, you'll just do anything to win that back.
Yeah. It's gambling. It's literally like it is. Fuckboys are a casino. Fuckboys are a casino.
They are a casino.
Yes.
And you are not bonded to the person. You're addicted to the cycle.
Yes. And the problem is, like, because you could replace them with any fucking toxic ass motherfucker and you would still be like, absolutely, let's go.
You could replace them with any person. You could also replace them with anything. Like you just said, gambling. You could replace them with drugs, alcohol, food. Yeah. Anything that you can get addicted to, you can just as easily get addicted to people.
Yeah.
And I think that we don't recognize that as much as we should.
No, we don't. We really, really don't.
I do think that a lot of times people feel so connected to somebody that's toxic. And again, we were talking about like somebody like matches your flavor of toxicity. Like I've definitely had somebody that matched my avoidance and I was like, oh, he's even more avoidant. Wow. And so I totally understand that. I know that anytime you are in a toxic relationship or an abusive relationship, mainly, you are trauma bonded.
Oh, 1000%.
And people, I don't think, understand what trauma bonding means. It doesn't mean that you are bonded over trauma. It doesn't mean that you both, had a vulnerable moment and talked about both of your traumas and you were like, oh, we have so much in common and we're so close. It's not that. Trauma bonding is pretty similar to like Stockholm syndrome.
Yeah.
It is just somebody being toxic, maybe abusing you, and you are addicted to it. That is what a trauma bond is.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. No, 1000%.
I was in a really, really bad abusive relationship, and the last time that I was in that was 17, 18.
Yeah.
At that point, it went on for a very, very long time. But I was like, I will never, ever, ever do that again.
Yeah.
And I feel like my window of tolerance got extremely, extremely small.
Yeah.
For something like that, and my standards got very high.
Yes.
You know, it doesn't mean that I didn't have toxic relationships or toxicity. Again, I was very avoidant. I would either be the toxic person or I would find somebody just as avoidant as me, which is what I ended up doing before Jake. But I do think that was my rock bottom, and I was very young for that to happen. Yeah. But I'm glad that it was so brutal and so rough. Yeah. But I'm glad that it did happen.
You're glad that it happened.
That young, because I do feel like the worst is over for me.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like, I definitely feel like the worst is over for me too. And I feel like I learned it a little bit later in life, but it still feels just as valuable,
100%. It doesn't matter. Yeah. When you learn it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I feel like the choice to realize that freedom is a gift, and it's a gift that you have to choose. Yes. Is one of the most important things you can do in life. Yeah. Yeah. And consciousness is a medium through which you can choose that freedom, right? Like having free will, agency, choice, whatever you want to call it. But deciding that you are the master of your own destiny and that you can keep yourself from being in a shitty situation by, one, figuring out a way to leave a shitty situation that you're in, and then two, not doing that to yourself again.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Which is fucking hard to do.
Oh my God, it's like the hardest thing you're ever gonna fucking do, but it's still worth the effort every single time.
Yeah. Yeah. So how do you think that our girlies can recognize toxic relationships and what should they do about it if they've recognized that they're in one?
So there's symptoms of it, right? If you find yourself crying over this person multiple times, there's a really good chance shit's not okay. Like either you got something going on or they're doing something to you. If you spend more moments with them, thinking about them, like talking about them, if more often than not those moments leave you anxious, that's a good sign that, hey, something's not right. And if you just kind of feel like they're the center of your universe, something's not right, like they can be the center of your heart, but like your universe, no. So those are like, those are like, because those are all indicative that the relationship is demanding more from you than what you have to give to it. Because it's taking your peace away from you, and peace is not something that is meant to be compromised on. Peace is extraordinarily important. So if your peace is disrupted, there's a good chance you're in a toxic relationship. And the way you fucking deal with that is by taking back your peace, because that means taking back your power, and it's putting it somewhere where it actually benefits you rather than limits you. So like, give the, hey, I'm lonely, I don't really, like the way this is working, like I miss when, we would do this, what can we do about it? And then leave the space for them to make the choice, and accept that if their choice is they don't do shit about it, that's your answer. That's the answer you're trying to avoid.
Absolutely.
So ball in their court and be ready to receive it back if they throw it, but they typically don't.
And that can wean out the fuck boys versus the not fuck boys.
The not fuck boys.
What are the not fuck boys?
The nut boys.
The hot boys.
They're hot boys. Hot boy psychology.
Well, we love hot boys at Hot Girl Psychology.
We do love hot boys at Hot Girl Psychology.
We're not trying to leave you out.
Yeah, we love you guys. I feel like that's the way to get out of a toxic situation. What are your thoughts?
I love all of that. I do think that, first of all, notice inconsistency. That to me is the biggest red flag. Notice the inconsistency, notice any type of chaos, and then also notice a lot of us have vices.
We do.
We don't necessarily need to call them addictions, because they're not all, full-fledged addictions. Addiction usually means it's like really fucking hurting you, and not all of our vices really fucking hurt us. So let's say that you have any other vice. Does this relationship feel similar to that vice? Do you feel are there the addiction feelings happening?
Are you using it to run away from something?
Yes, because a lot of times our vices are to escape from something. And if it does have those elements, it doesn't necessarily make it bad, but keep asking the questions. Is this good for me? What is this person's behavior? Is this person's behavior consistent? Are they making me feel at peace, or at peace and romantic and passionate? Or are they making me feel fucking horrible and passionate? And you know what I mean? Like what is the base? What is the basis there?
Absolutely.
Because I think that a lot of times the basis there is toxicity. And there's so many like sprinkles on top of it that we can't see what the ice cream flavor is.
Absolutely.
You know?
Yeah.
So try to find out what the fuck the ice cream flavor is. And once you have figured that out, this is just hitting home because I've given this guidance a lot in the past few weeks, but if you realize that somebody or that your relationship is toxic, either they're toxic or your relationship with them is toxic, maybe you're the toxic one, whatever it is, don't do the back and forth, because the roller coaster is going to continue. If you're like, I don't think we're right for each other, and especially if the other person uses intermittent reinforcement, they're going to be like, you know what, you're right, we're not, but I love you. And so this just really sucks. You're like, wait, you loved me? You're like, yeah, I really did. So, I did want to take you out to dinner. Like, oh, wow, no, we can go to dinner. Like, okay, yeah, I'll pick you up tomorrow. Actually, no, fuck you. It can be very, very up and down, and the roller coaster will continue.
Yeah.
So the only way to get yourself off of the roller coaster, the only way to get yourself out of the cycle is to disengage.
The only fucking way. The only way to get off the roller coaster is to get off the roller coaster.
Stop talking to them.
No contact.
No contact. Say your piece.
Yes.
Get out. You don't, if you want to hear their piece, you can. But for the most part, get out.
Yep. And if you can't, if you absolutely cannot do no contact, fucking gray rock. You are as boring and nothing and completely unexciting like a gray rock. And that is the only thing you are ever to that person. And you do that strategically so that they don't get a rise out of you and you finally get to go back in your power.
Oh, so you act like a gray rock.
You literally act like the most...
I was like, what are you saying?
Wait, you've never heard of the gray rock method?
No, I haven't. I like it though.
It's like the best tool for getting yourself out of a super toxic, like a toxic co-parenting situation or like a toxic, like, you know, ex situation where you have to be in contact with them or like you work with them or some shit like that. Like, and they, you know, like use that as a way to corner you.
So you just give them nothing.
Fucking nothing. You starve them.
Yeah.
You absolutely starve them of any attention that you could possibly give them. And then they, like, you know, an animal, get bored and then go find something else to play with.
Fuck with somebody else, yeah.
Because narcissism is just a step above being an animal.
Yes, yeah. Which makes sense. But I feel like, so a way to gray rock is blocking them, right?
Yeah. That is definitely a way to gray rock. If you can fucking cut them out, like just do it. Just do it. Just erase them from your past, erase them from your future, erase them from everything. Every time I'm out of a relationship, like it always ends badly enough. Thanks, dudes. Love that for me. It always ends bad. Thanks, dudes.
Thanks for the trauma. Now we have a podcast.
Hey, I know you're listening.
So, girlies, if you have learned anything from this episode, fuck boys.
Don't fuck the fuck boys.
Don't fuck the
fuck boys.
Yes. Don't physically fuck the fuck boys, but metaphysically fuck boys.
And the reason why fuck boys are so good in bed is because that's the only thing they're good at.
I don't think they're always good in bed.
Take that out.
Don't fuck boys.
Don't fuck the fuck boys.
Because they do not deserve your love and your incredible, beautiful cookies.
Is that the hot girl psychology official terminology we're gonna use?
Yeah, I don't know if we can say. I don't know if we can say any more than that. But yeah, and if you are in a toxic relationship, we fucking get you. We have all been there. It sucks. You are normal.
Yeah.
We 100% get it. Tune in next week when we will be talking about more hot girl things.
More hot girl things. Bye, girlies.
Bye.